Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Parker's Sunday morning online service. I'm Reverend Stephanie Stewart, Senior Minister at CSL Parker, and it is my pleasure to welcome you this morning. Our theme for the month of August is a pause for guidance. We've taken a big step together, and now let's take a deep breath together. This month invites us to rest, rejuvenate, and prepare for the next leg of our journey. If you're joining us for the first time, a very special welcome to you. CSL Parker is a member of Centers for Spiritual Living, an affiliation of like-minded centers around the world that teach the science of mind and spirit. Synthesized by Dr. Ernest Holmes, the science of mind combines the best of science, philosophy, and religion to help us live our best lives. We are radically inclusive, non-dogmatic, and most of all, happy you've joined us today. So sit back, relax, and let's find out what's happening at Center for Spiritual Living Parker.
Good morning, CSL Parker, and welcome to a new month. Along with a new month, we have a new senior minister. Reverend Stephani Stewart will have our pulpit for the next 6 months so that we can all get to know her better. Her first in-person service as our senior minister will be next Sunday, August 8th. If all goes as planned, we will begin having all in-person services in September. This Saturday, August 7th, from 9 to 11 a.m., Reverend Stephani and Phil will be conducting a discovery class. This will include a brief history of New Thought and introduction to science of mind, discussion of spiritual growth, the creative process, and the basics of spiritual mind treatment, also known as affirmative prayer. It is also an introduction to membership at CSL Parker. It's a great refresher for anyone and is required preparation if you would like to become a member of CSL Parker. You can find the Zoom link in the email blast or on our website. And on Sunday, the 8th, 1 week from today, we will be resuming our annual picnic. This will be at the Pikes Peak Grange Hall, about 9 miles south on Parker Road. It is just north of Franktown. The picnic will commence at noon, so you'll have time to change into your comfy clothes and pick up some food to share. Main course meats will be provided, as well as a vegan option. Bring a side dish or dessert to share with others. For you newbies, this is always a feast, so come hungry, ready for great food and great fun. On Thursday, August 12th, Dr. Yvonne Levy will be conducting her Spiritual Living Circles discussion group. There is a group at 10:30 a.m. or one at 6:30 p.m. You can join either group by signing up on the website or using the link in your email blast. This too will continue to be a Zoom meeting. And as August draws to a close, on Saturday, August 28th, at a community pool in Castle Pines North, we will be having a pool party. This is a special occasion to welcome back our kids and teens into in-person services. It's also a great opportunity for some of our more mature members to see what's happening with our youth program and perhaps even decide to volunteer and help with our fantastic youth. In September, on the 11th and 12th, we will be having our holistic exposition. This will be at Deep Space in downtown Parker, and there will be many holistic health providers to visit with. And now, let's sit back, settle down, and enjoy some wonderful music and meditation.
We have come together as a family. this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is secret love. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is secret love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. And I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Parker. I'm happy to be with you today. Today's talk is called Time for a Tune-Up. Now, aside from my dad, I don't really miss a whole lot from back east. I certainly don't miss the weather. But one little thing that I do sort of miss is my chiropractor. I miss Dr. Myers. I just haven't found the right person out here yet. So my back feels kind of creaky sometimes. I just need a tune-up now and then, you know what I mean? Our bodies need a tune-up, and we do that in all sorts of ways. We go to chiropractors and massage therapists. Excuse me, maybe you see an acupuncturist or a reflexologist. You go to your doctor, or maybe you have to see a surgeon. Maybe you have physical therapy or respiratory therapy like my mom goes to. We exercise, we do yoga. There are lots of ways we keep our bodies in tune. Of course, we take our car to the mechanic when it needs a tune-up. But when it comes to our hearts and our minds especially, what do we do to tune that up? Meditation, of course, is a great way to give your mind a tune-up. Just sitting in silence and in stillness or with a mantra is a way to reset your thinking, but that takes time that you may not always have. What I want to talk about today is prayer and the power of prayer in our lives. Specifically, I want to talk about the 5-step affirmative prayer we teach in the Science of Mind that we call spiritual mind treatment. This is the ultimate mental and spiritual tune-up. It teaches us about our internal selves, about God within, about the world around us, about others, about gratitude. You name it, spiritual mind treatment can teach us about it. When we enter into prayer, we enter into a quantum field of infinite possibilities. Anything can happen there. Healing of any kind can happen there. Realizations of all sorts can happen there. And unity with God does happen there. To enter into the field, though, we have to practice. And we have to have courage. We live in an increasingly secular society Prayer is simply not a part of everyone's life the way it once was. Excuse me. To make it a part of your life is to make a choice, to make a conscious choice to connect with the God of your understanding every day in a very specific way. Your friends, your family, your employer may not understand that. You may have very specific choices to make. You have to choose prayer. And I grant you that may actually be a hard choice. But the rewards for an active daily prayer life are great. So, if you think you might be willing to choose prayer, let's move forward. Spiritual mind treatment is a technology. Technology is the application of a specific knowledge for practical purposes. Okay, so what's the specific knowledge? The specific knowledge is that God is, and that we're a part of that, and that everything God is, we also have access to. So what's our practical purpose? It's simply to manifest the life that we want. So now this particular technology has 5 steps. So let's look at each one at a time. So first and foremost, recognition. Simply put, God is. When we take that first big step into the field of infinite possibility, we recognize that God is all there is. That infinite field is God itself. That any God quality you can think of and an infinite number more that might not immediately spring to mind exists here and now. Love, perfect health, abundance, guidance, clarity. It is God. In recognition, we learn awe and wonder. We get a hint at the vastness of God. And perhaps we also get a hint at the closeness of God. We begin to gain an understanding of the pervasiveness of God. And this can allow us to see ourselves and others in an entirely different light. If there is no place God is not, then how can we hate? How can we cause destruction and violence? How can we treat others as outside of ourselves if we truly recognize that God simply is? So let's move on to step 2. Unification, or I am. Here we embrace God within. For many of us, we've been taught that God is outside of us and God's grace has to be earned. But in unification, we learn that we are never forsaken. We are each a part of God, and it is all of each of us. All of those qualities that we learned about in recognition are available to us in unification. Love is available to us. Perfect health is available to us. Abundance is available to us. Guidance, clarity, all of it is available to us. We simply have to turn toward it. Whenever I think of unification, I have this picture in my head of one of my grandfathers running toward me with their arms wide open as if to say, "Yes, my dear, you remembered me." In unification, we learn to be teachable and to embrace heaven within. We also learn to be humble, because in unification, we learn that not only is this true for ourselves, it's true for everyone. Everyone has access to all of these God qualities. None of us are forsaken. None of us are abandoned or forgotten by God. We are each a part of God, and God is all of each of us. Now, that's not to say that some of us, or a whole bunch of us, don't know that, have forgotten that, or just don't want to act like it, but that doesn't make it any less true. Unification frees us to be our very best selves. Whatever God is, we can be that too. So now on to step 3. Now we come to realization, or I know. In spiritual mind treatment, this is the step where infinite possibilities begin to become finite possibilities. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's here that we speak our reality into being. We begin to demonstrate the life we want. We step into our power and realization. We can lose our victim mentality if we embody this step in treatment well. Speaking truth to power and realization can take some practice. You may have to see some results before you really get the hang of it. It's a good reason to have a practitioner pray with you. It's another good reason to have a daily prayer practice too. When we step into realization, we're confident in the first two steps of treatment. We have a deep understanding about God and ourselves, and it gives us an understanding about the world around us. That makes this third step, realization, easier. We're simply speaking into being what we already know to be true. I know. Now, let's come to step 4, Thanksgiving, or I'm grateful. People love gratitude, and you know what? So does the universe. Gratitude is an integral part of any prayer and any life. Without gratitude, we don't have any appreciation for our lives, for the people in it, for what transpires in it. Being grateful can really bring us a sense of peace. In spiritual mind treatment, we've been reminded of some incredibly important things. We've been reminded of the allness of God. We've been reminded of the closeness of God. We've been reminded of our power within God. These are awesome things to be grateful for. Knowing that we can leave any semblance of a victim mentality behind and embrace and manifest the life we want are also awesome things to be thankful for. Gratitude in prayer is important and vital. It reminds us to be thankful in our everyday lives for things both great and small. I'm grateful or I'm thankful is also the easiest prayer that you can speak. Now, if you hang around with people that utilize spiritual mind treatment in their lives on a regular basis long enough, you will eventually get into a discussion about which step they feel is the most important. You're hanging out with religious science nerds at that point. And I am about to influence all of you and tell you what I think is the most important step. That step is the 5th and final step. Release. I let go. You've done a lot of hard work over the course of your spiritual mind treatment. Many of us have a great deal of old learning about what God is or isn't that we have to get through and let go of just to embrace the recognition stage. We might have a lot of old learning to get through or let go of just to embrace the unification stage too. And then you've spoken truth to power. You've declared and claimed your reality. And now you're going to choke it to death? Do you plant a tomato plant and keep pulling it up out of the ground to see if it's growing right? No, you'll leave it in the ground. That's what the release stage of spiritual mind treatment is all about. You've done your work. Now let the universe do its work. This is the stage of prayer where we learn trust. We learn trust in God and trust in the process. It's another place where it's great to have a practitioner pray with you and where practice makes it easier to trust. So there it is. The 5 steps of spiritual mind treatment. And what do we do with those 5 steps? We practice them. Remember, I said prayer is a practice we choose. It's a tune-up for the heart and mind. Now you may say to yourself, okay, Reverend Stephani, I'll choose prayer. I'll find the time to do a treatment every day, but I don't know what to pray about. Do you remember when I said the universe loves gratitude? Just say a treatment of Thanksgiving. You can be grateful for anything. Say a spiritual mind treatment for your coffee every morning, or your kids, or your spouse, or that you woke up on this side of the dirt this morning. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just start. Just start your practice. Be dedicated to your practice every day. Just pick one thing and say a spiritual mind treatment for it. Don't even worry if you don't quite get the 5 steps right. Practice. Have courage. Be grateful. Because what you'll find is that when you choose to have a daily prayer practice, you'll lose things and you'll gain some things. You'll lose unhappiness. You'll lose judgment. You'll lose a victim mentality. You'll become teachable, and you'll start to manifest the life you want, and you'll start to experience peace. When you start to pray, you step into the quantum field of infinite possibility, and anything can happen there. Will you step into that field with me now? So here now I recognize and embrace that God is. God simply is. All around and within is that one. God is all love and all peace. All of everything that I recognize, that I know, that I appreciate, that I am awed by, and that brings wonder into my heart. And I know that I am a part of that, and it is all of me. I know that I am love. I am peace. I am grace. And so what I know right now in this moment is that I am grateful. I am grateful to be the senior minister for Center for Spiritual Living Parker. I am grateful to be a part of such a wonderful, loving, and exciting congregation, community. I'm just so excited for the future. I know that we grow together, we love together, we laugh together. And we grow. It's just so wonderful. I know this is true. And so I just say thank you. I say thank you to Spirit for opening the doors that I ran through. And for opening my eyes and my heart so that I could deliver this message today. So I simply let this go, knowing it is already done in the heart and in the mind of the one. I simply let this go into a law that only says yes. And so it is. Thanks for spending some time today with me, friends. I'll see you live next week. Remember to start your prayer practice. Remember to find a prayer partner or a practitioner, or hey, grab me. I'm happy to pray with you too. Have a great week. I invite you into a personal investment called Sacred and Faithful Giving. Knowing that there is an infinite flow of prosperity and abundance that is operating in and through us at all times, no matter our present circumstances, we open to expand our consciousness of acceptance by giving with a grateful heart. When our souls are fed by the practice of giving in this way, we can be certain that our gift blesses both the giver and the receiver many times over. We receive and appreciate your gifts and tithes. Thank you for supporting us to remain a vital and thriving center in which to find your spiritual nourishment. For your convenience, we provide you with various ways in which to make your donation. You can donate on our website, cslparker.org/donate, or you can give via Zelle, or you can mail a check to our office location. And so I invite you now to affirm your prosperity through the power of your word by saying this with me. I attract all good things into being. The power of my faith enhances my experience of health, relationship, finance, fulfillment, passion, purpose, and joy. The creative source in my life is in a constant state of perfection, freely giving itself as my bounty. And so it is. We're glad you're connecting with us today. Together we raise the vibrational energy of love and connection. And now, our offering song.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I
So thank you again for spending time with us today. Please join me in prayer. And so here and now, I just center myself in this place, knowing that God is, that Spirit is. And I know that this place and this time is blessed by our presence together. Even though we are online and not physically together, it is a blessing. And I know that we are together by divine appointment. And I simply say thank you. Thank you to that one that we know by so many names. We come together in such joy, in such peace, in such love. It is just so good to be together in this place where God is. And so I just say thank you. Thank you for the presence of the one, and thank you for your presence here with me. And so I let this go. I let it be. And we say together, and so it is. And so it is, my friends. I'll see you next week.
smallest of dreams and let your love shine.